People have no problem switching up what they eat because there's so much variety nowadays, but like nobody wants to do the mental work of like, does this on my list of things that's okay? And like keto is super easy because it's just fat. Basically don't mix it with carbs. Again, like I said, you Google it, keto diets. They have other names for it, but I think keto is the main one. Anyway, I like to eat, I crave salads. After, especially after a hard workout, I crave. The Habit has this Cobb salad, and it literally has everything on it. They have chicken, some type of like, I think it's feta cheese. It's not feta cheese. I don't know what it is. Now I'm gonna overthink it. Anyway, and it has a bunch of little, like, all the little saucy, like, ingredients. I can't even remember right now, but that's what I like about it, is I don't have to think about it. I know it's full of nutrition. Had it a million times, felt good after finishing it. You know, it's all that. I feel full after finishing it. I don't feel like, oh, I have to eat something else and I'm bloated, you know. Great. Always, the Habit always has great salads. And if you're not a salad person, they also have amazing burgers. I get the teriyaki char. It's just the way they make it too. Like the Habit is like huge on quality. They have a portobello. Is it portobello burger? And then they have a barbecue bacon burger. Oh my god, I'm getting hungry thinking about this stuff. It's gonna rain on me, guys. Look at it. It's so pretty. Anyhow, and the thing about working out is I don't even have to I don't really have to do weights, because I'm like, this is gonna sound like really conceited, but I got to the point in my life where I just feel fucking beautiful. Like, I cannot help but feel, even on like on the days where I feel ugly, like in the back of my mind I'm like, Steph, what the fuck, like, you're tripping, like, what the fuck. But I feel that way about everybody too, that I'm like, people have this obsession with the way they look, and it makes them sit around and feel horrible. And those are moments, even if it's only seconds of your life, that you will never get back. Focusing on something petty like the way you look, when in reality, we know instinctively that the way we look is never the number one priority for anybody. So if people are sitting around saying that about themselves or about anybody, it's because their mind isn't right. Something's fucked off in here. Someone they love is fucking with them, you know, something else, something bigger, something more important is happening. But at the same time, we have to also acknowledge that feeling good is also a huge part of the happiness wheel, so to speak. How we feel about ourselves is gonna dictate the way we approach every situation in life. Wealth is a mind state, right? So there could be people that were born with millions of dollars, but if they don't increase that money, they feel like a failure, because it's a mind state. We feel loss, I should say, as Tony Robbins always says, we sense loss, but that's not real. It's just whenever we're sensing loss, it's a imbalance of all you need to change is the way you're thinking about it. Something about overcast makes everything better, seriously. I don't know what it is, I don't know. And it's gonna rain on me. I love Planet Fitness. 1,000% Planet Fitness. Like, they have the tanning beds, they got the massage beds, and it's all part of the $20 membership. Like, and I've been paying the membership all year and not going because, okay, so my gym that I used to go with was like, I'm gonna get you a car, because he saw me having like all this car trouble, right? But then he just decided to not, you know, which is like typical of a douche. Is like, make promises I know I'm not gonna keep, even though like I easily could. Anyway, so enough about losers. My point is, it's so nice. Like, to me, the best part about working out is getting your heart rate up, right? If you have like an Apple Watch or something that you can measure your heart rate, Fitbit, whatever, that's huge, because it's all about maintaining yourself at that heart rate. So it requires you to, I'm going to be interrupted by this dog. Okay, look at you. Is that a Shih Tzu? Anyway, I'm waiting for this dog to stop. Before I was rudely interrupted on my own dog. What was I saying? Oh yeah, keeping your heart rate up is huge. like I would say more important than doing weights, because you could be doing weights, but if your heart rate's not up, you're not getting the maximum benefit from that lifting. So you're basically wearing out your bones more than you are working your muscles, which is actually counterproductive. You will lose muscle that way if your heart rate is too high, and if your heart rate is too low, well, basically you're not getting the best out of it, like I said. So what I like to do is, first when I get to Planet Fitness, I do my lap around because I like getting like the fresh air outside. I don't know what it is about the fresh air. So I get my lap in, or 2 laps depending, and then when I can like basically measure my heart, it's like play by ear. After a minute of doing it with like a watch, you figure out how to do it without needing an actual measurement tool. So you, just like anything else, you feel it, right? What was I saying? So you can Google your average. It depends on I think it depends on your BMI, or like age and weight. Depends on a lot of factors. But once you figure out your average, where your heart rate should be within this certain range of, I think it's like, I don't know, I'm guessing, it's been so long since I've done this, but 70, since I've measured it like with a tool, so it's like 70 to like 160. Once it gets too high, it's like worse than not being up at all. So that's important. But yeah, you can Google this stuff, it's everywhere. Anyway, so the heart rate's the first thing, and then you have to go right into your workout. Everybody has a different take on this, but for me personally, I like to do full body workouts. The reason is because my entire body is connected to itself. So if I'm doing it helps me keep my heart rate elevated if I'm working my entire body versus sitting down at a bench doing bench press, like a bench press. To give an example, of course, I do a lot of different machines, but as an example, a lot of people like to do bench presses, and then you say you're working your arms and you're getting a really good workout up in your upper body, but then your legs are going numb. That's telling you you're not getting enough blood flow to the rest of your body. And so naturally, just like with anything else, I'm really big on like not just balance, but like synergy, having everything work together as one machine. Like, think of yourself as a machine, right? If you were to have a courier service and half your drivers are making it to point A to point B on time, but the rest of them aren't even moving, it's not going to be that great of a business, no matter how great half of those workers are, right? It needs to be a good system all the way around. So anyway, so I start with the easy ones, because once I get those done, I get like that hit of adrenaline or whatever, dopamine, I don't know, serotonin, endorphins, I think it's endorphins, which motivates you to work harder, right? And so I would leave legs for the end, because I like to go hard on legs, of course, being a female. And by the way, like, it trips me the fuck out when dudes are at the gym, like, hogging the squat machines, like, and then you guys are complaining. I wonder why, fam. Wow. Anyways, what was I saying? I'm like angry at the world's men, apparently, like, as you could tell. And I probably forever will be. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, because they're all useless. Cough. I mean, what? They're wonderful. I love them. Oh my god. I love you guys. You're so great. Oh my god. I can't wait. Anyways, so after I get full body, I do another lap. And the reason I do that is because it's not good ever to shock your body. A lot of people that get sick, their sickness is often due to a shock to your body, okay? And you see this in like drug addicts. If you cut someone off from a drug, it has a mental, immediately has a mental effect on that person, and so they will naturally crave it more, because there's this feeling of like loss, there's this feeling of imbalance, there's a sense of like, I need something that I don't have, and that makes me depressive. It has an effect, residual mental effect. You will see this in any addict, okay? I'm not making this shit up. Please Google this stuff. Everything I'm talking about, you can Google it. You know, there's certain wording that I use for a reason. Anyway, so I do my lap, and then so I just take it slower on my lap so that I gradually lower my heart rate. So that's gonna keep you from overworking any certain part, because you just worked your whole body. So your entire body is working on filling in those muscles that were torn. All the nutrients in your body are gonna rush to those muscles to build them, make them stronger, more resilient. So you want to eat right away somewhere. Well, this is for the average person, of course, because, you know, we have a lot of different conditions that people have, like diabetes, that will affect these types of things. But for the average person, you want to eat half an hour before, half an hour latest after your workout. So if it's been an hour, obviously still eat. I mean, if you're hungry, like that's the number one sign, like feed your body, obviously, you know. Always feed your body when you're hungry. It's, like, starving yourself has never been good, by the way. I mean, I feel like that's a huge myth. Like, people forget, like, oh, if I eat less, I'll weigh less. That's not how your body works. It compensates for everything all the time. And so it's about providing the adequate amount of nutrition. Because if you're, say you're eating 100 chocolates in a day, and you're like counting calories, and you're like, I ate enough calories today. If there's not enough nutrition, obviously there's nutrition in chocolate, this is a horrible example, but my point is it's completely different than eating the exact same amount of calories in a salad that has a full range of nutrition, because you're gonna have magnesiums and like iron, all the vitamins A, D, C, E, and all the vegetables basically have everything we need. By the way, you guys, this is biblical. It's in Genesis. Is it Genesis 2? I think it's Genesis 2. I made a video about this, but I never finished it, so I didn't get to post it. But yeah, Genesis 2 talks about all the stuff, like, I think it mentioned legumes and lentils as being part of like the like this is what God literally told the people that lived in the Garden of Eden to eat. So I'm assuming Adam and Eve's children. He told them to eat this whole range of different vegetables, as you know, and that would provide all the adequate nutrition for everybody, right? And this is crazy to me that this is like literally part of scripture, and like nobody's like using that. Like, I have yet to see a diet plan that's like based on like scripture. It's crazy to me, because how long has this been around? Like, people are just like, I'm just gonna make a whole new diet because I want all the credit for it. Anyways, glory to God. Got it. You got it.